Future Matt. So I'm not going to lie to you, today is a bit of a filler video because I haven't really done much today other than go to uni. So I figured I'd probably just do a video talking about music because I can go on about that for ages. In particular, I thought I'd talk about my CD collection kept in this little box. This isn't my full CD collection because at home where my parents live I have like 100, maybe 200 CDs, something ridiculous. Here I have all the CDs I've collected since the start of uni. So it's kind of like a soundtrack to the last 3 years of my life, sort of, I guess. I don't know if I'll get through all of them in this video because there's quite a few and I might talk about them a bit, but we'll see. Starting off, Alt J, This Is All Yours. It was a decent album, not as good as their first I don't think, but it's pretty good. Alt J were actually the first band I saw in Brighton when I was like a young 17-year-old lad moving to the big city. Then I got Ben Howard, Every Kingdom, lovely acoustic stuff. Then a promotional CD by Black President, who are a punk band. But this used to be Bings, who did the original video series, which is pretty cool, you know. I mean, it's an okay album. I've heard worse punk rock records. Yeah, I won this as part of like a Snapchat raffle that he did quite a while ago. So there's a few CDs like littered in amongst all these, and this is one of them. Block Party, Silent Alarm, classic album. Blood Red Shoes, self-titled, which I think this is like their 4th album. They're a good band. I found them because they had that song featured in Scott Pilgrim. But they're from Brighton actually, I think. This came with like an extra, came with an extra live album called 14 Photographs, which is like a sort of little best-of kind of thing as well. Good CD. Blur, Park Life doesn't even need an introduction. The Best of Blur, another one I won from Bing. Cat the Dog, Gotta Live, a CD single. This was another one of Bing's. It was alright actually, I kind of dug it. I can't remember who, but I think one of the members from the Kooks was in this band, and then they broke up or something. I might be making that up, we'll see. Cage Elephant, Tell Me I'm Pretty, really good album. I saw him tour this album in January earlier this year. I recorded it, so you already know that, why am I even saying it? The Dead Weather, Whorehound, this is Jack White's other band, as well as the Raconteurs, his solo stuff. White Stripes, if that still counts. It's got Alison Mosshart, I think it's how you say her name, fronting. Yeah, this is a good record. I love The Dead Weather. Bought that quite a while ago. Death From Above, 1979. The Physical World, their 2nd album. It's pretty good. They're doing the whole bass and drums thing before Royal Blood were. Dolomite Miner, Let Me Go, a CD single. I actually picked this up at their gig, like in my first year of uni, because that was the first gig I ever reviewed. So it's a nice little sort of memento to take away from that. Then Elliot Morris, Shadows and Whispers EP. This is another one of Bing's. It was alright. Yeah, it's okay. I've had better EPs. Sorry Elliot Morris if you're watching. Foo Fighters, Sonic Highways. Probably one of my least favourite Foo Fighters records, to be honest. I mean, it's just very like generic dad rock, you know. I think this was a gift from my mum. But you know, at least I own all the Foo Fighters records now, I suppose. I'm somewhat of a completionist, so I guess that's kind of satisfying. Frank Turner, Positive Songs for Negative People. This was a solid Frank Turner album. I did enjoy it, I'm not gonna lie. It's got like a extra CD full of like all the acoustic cuts from the album, which is really cool. I actually interviewed Frank, which is like a hell of a thing to just drop into a video, but I actually interviewed him like a while back, last year, in December. I'll put like a little audio clip or something here. And one thing that I was always a bit curious about, how do you even begin cataloguing 2,000 shows? How did you keep track of that?
Well, okay, so what happened with that was in Million Dead, our drummer counted the shows, and at the time when the band was going, I thought he was a bit OCD about it. But once the band broke up, I was quite happy he had, because we had a list of everything we'd done. And with every passing year, I've been more grateful for it, because without the list of Million Dead shows, which is also on my site, I mean, I would not be able to tell you anything really about what Million Dead did. I mean, other than sort of vague half memories. And you know, I think human memory is quite bad at quantity, generally speaking. Do you know what I mean? I have friends who are in bands like, yeah, we probably played like 5,000 shows, and I'm like, believe me, you didn't play 5,000 shows.
I try not to freak out too much, but I think it went pretty well. I was actually meant to review the gig as well, and I just never did. So, yeah, whoops. Oh well, got the interview out though, so that was good, and that took bloody ages. Frank Turner, he's a lovely man, he's a very intelligent man, and he will just speak for ages, which makes it very hard to like transcribe. Anyway, moving on. Fratelli's Costello Music, solid album. I never really gave the Lettuce stuff a chance, but this album was really good. One of the best from the kind of, you know, like mid-2000s indie boom. Fruity Atlantic, Speakeasy, another one of Bing's that he gave me. I really love the cover design on this. Like, I don't know, it's just a really satisfying CD to kind of... The packaging is just so satisfying, I do like it. The Front Bottoms, seen these guys twice now. Solid album. I really like the Front Bottoms. They're a bit of like an emo band, but I dig it. I dig them. Future of the Left, How to Stop Your Brain in an Accident. This was a good album. It's like really sort of weird alternative punk. I bought this at their gig actually, in first year again. I've heard them described as cheeky punk rock, and I think that's a good way to put them. Plus some of the names of the songs are just great, like Things to Say to a Friendly Policeman. Why aren't I going to hell? The Future Child Embarrassment Matrix. I don't want you ketamine, but I think I love you, because why not? Gengar, A Dream Outside. This was a really solid album. I love this album. It's just tune after tune, really. I've seen them twice, actually, which is, they're really good both times. Then I have 2 copies of Bing's album Progress. One I bought, and the other I won. I think one of them's signed as well, yeah. Got a signed copy. Which is pretty neat, I guess. And his second album. I think I might have preferred this to the first. It was a lot moodier, a lot sadder. Which apparently I dig. I've been recording for like 10 minutes, so I might like, I don't know, do a few more, then save the others for another video. I'm going to need to stretch this out because there's going to be a lot of filler videos, I feel. Because especially with my dissertation coming up, there's just going to be a lot of videos where I'm just doing nothing except read all day or like write an essay. So I need these, so I'll have something to talk about. Right, Kanye West, The College Dropout. I do like me a bit of Kanye West. He's a bit of a diva, obviously, but he's got the tunes. He's got the tunes. What can I say? Everyone's always really surprised to like find out that I like rap music because I'm like the whitest guy around. And I got 2 Kings of Leon albums. Youth and Young Manhood. This was such a solid album. Like, it's completely different to the Kings of Leon stuff that they're putting out now, because it was a real, like, hillbilly southern rock album. Probably my favourite Kings of Leon album is the debut. Got Molly's Chambers, Red Morning Light, Spiral Staircase, I think, is a really, really good song. It's just really fun, you know? And I've also got Because of the Times, which was a decent record. It's got some really good tunes on. On Cool's really good, Ragu, Knocked Up. It's got the singles. Then, this will probably, I think I might call it a day after this one. We got Linkin Park, Reanimation. Now, everyone always kind of shits on Linkin Park because they're a bit of a meme-y band. Like, you know, what with the whole "in the end it doesn't even matter" meme, or, you know, all of that. And they're inspiring a lot of hate nowadays just because of the new sound. But this I really liked. For those that don't know, it's like a remix album from everything off of their debut, I think. It's got loads of like underground hip hop artists just kind of putting verses over remixes of the tracks, and it's really good. It's really, I love it. I'm fully on board with this album. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to call it there. There's going to be a lot more of these talking about music videos. That's what I'm going to call this series. Going to be talking about music, because I've already done talking about comics, so naturally talking about music is the next place to go with this, I guess. Anyway, if you've bought any more cool CDs, Future Matt, let me know. Make a video or something. I mean, I won't be able to watch it. I mean, I will when I'm you. This is confusing already. Anyway, see you later, Future Matt.